So we're on. Good afternoon. This is our 3 p.m. Webinar, which we always do around this time on Saturday. And we also do webinars at 3 p.m. in the afternoon for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, as you always know. And with a lot of requests, we have folks asking about how to scale their business. Obviously, pandemic is over, story is different. People are focusing on growing their business as a normal business should go. And there are questions from how do I scale my business from 6 digits to 7? And the majority of our clients are actually right around 7 digits, low 7. We're talking about $1 million to 10 million, so it's in the low 7 area. But how can you really scale a ordinary regular business? And that is an understanding that at Community CPA we gain through knowing our clients. So as folks know, we have YouTube channel, and that is showing on the screen. We have a YouTube channel that you can see where we save our knowledge there. If you have questions or anything you need to know, and you can go to our YouTube channel to understand that. And a lot of our clients are learning technical knowledge on our YouTube channel, but again, how to grow a business, scaling sales. We're talking about simply making company bigger. Is that possible? And I say that it is really possible. We have seen in our firm, we have seen clients from 0 all the way to 10 million, 100 million, 200 million sales. So it is possible, right? And with that, and I want to summarize, what did we all see for these people who are truly made it successful? A regular client. How about I tell you a small client and started at home care for just a couple of contracts. Then now, what if I tell you that they're running $50 million home care business? So anything, right? What about nail shop? Most of the nail salon, they run right around $250,000 sales, right? So a lot of them, millions of them out there. But then you also have those nail salons who runs on 8 digits numbers. So why one can run those, the other one can grow. So what makes the difference? So today we want to tackle that question, and I want to kind of build my case, give you some insight from what we learned of all of our clients. We have more than 10,000 clients, and you know that we, Community CPA has been in serving client business since 1998. So we have bundle of knowledge under our belt, and I think we can summarize some key points for you out of our 10,000 clients. That would offer you some insight. I know as a business owner, it's difficult for you to know because you're only looking at yours. You're probably not even really free to talk with your competitors because you feel awkward. You don't want to go other people's business to say, hey, how you are doing? I'm selling, my sales is $500,000 a year, about yours. That's weird, right? So you don't do that. But we, Community CPA, is in a very unique position. So in our position, we see how everyone is performing. Then we look at the one that scaled and we say why. Then we give you why. And we see the one that never really scaled and slowly went away, and we also know why. So today, I want to give you the answer for what we see on the business that can scale from 6 to 7, from 7 to 8. It's all same theory, but you must know, you must process in this way. So let's get going with that. All right, so I want to make sure that you see my PowerPoint. So with this said, and our title on the presentation is Scaling Your Business from 6 to 7 digits. And this is me. My name is Ying. I am the founding person of Community CPAs. Yes, I found Community CPA in 1998. We have 20 years, we have more than 20 years practice experience, as you can see. And I myself is in business with accounting forever. So I really didn't really develop other significant careers other than this one. And our firm now has more than 10,000 clients. And more than 10,000, that's the number I checked like a year or two ago. So I want to say that, I didn't check, but maybe 12,000. Then you can also see that, we are a full service firm and we provide accounting, tax, business consultation, and the legal consultation. We also have attorneys on our, as our team members. And so with all of that, folks, we are a full service CPA firm. We also do audit services for large nonprofit and also other entities that need to be audited, or IPO companies. Before they go on IPO, they would need to be audited. We have done those services as well. I served on National Taxpayer Advocacy Panel, a federal advisory committee for IRS for 3 years. So here you go. I have this book and you're looking at it. It's Appointment with Ying at 8 a.m. Starting up a business. I just finished and it's going to be published very soon. And this is my second book. All right, now you can see. So my second book is actually going to be published anytime now, and it's already in the printing house, and it's going to be available on Amazon. And so it's Appointment with Ying at 10 a.m. Growing Your Business. So I am right now writing a book that is to expand your business. Has a lot to do with what I say today, because when you grow your business, yes, you need these principles to grow, but to expand, it is almost the end of your stretch in your business career for you. But you want to end your career, but extend the business going forward. So I am writing the third book of expanding your business organically or via merger and acquisition. So that's what I am planning to do for my third book. Is 2 p.m. book. And with that said, let's talk about today's content. So you know me, right? Now you know me. I'm an author and I'm also an entrepreneur and a running community CPA. No responsibility disclaimer. I have to follow our corporate attorney's advice, and you know what I mean, and just make sure that you take internet information carefully. There's no need to follow blindly on any advice you get from your digital phone or your computer, and you want to apply that to your own situation, and make sure that you consult with your CPAs and your lawyers. So my big 4 key points, these are the 4. Commitment to IT system, use data to guide operation, and refine your vision and mission, and change your own mindset. And I will explain these 4 to you. Use our clients' information, experience, of course not our client's name whatsoever, but their experience, and use my own. I'll explain to you what that means. So let's go for the IT commitment. So IT, information technology, it wasn't a big deal back then when our parents are in business. But today, if you're in business, you say, I'm completely innocent, virgin from IT, you can forget about your business. Because today's business is all driven one way or another by IT. So I have 2 stories right here I want to explain to you. Back in 2006, if you are old enough to remember those years, that's when the online sale just started. And people just start doing a little bit of online sale. Amazon just started, and they're starting to make a wave, and the people start to know these companies, and there's a lot of online interest out there. So we have a client, 3 brothers. So they set up an online retail store to sell office supplies. Nothing significant, office supplies. And they were doing pretty good. But pretty soon they got to the point where they must really figure out technology where they can print out the packing order and stick on the box, and knowing how the inventory flow with the packing order, all of these backroom operation becoming a real need for them. So they start looking for software. And while they were looking for software, they are my clients. So they come over, they tell me, oh, we found a software, we were doing it, it's really good, and we're still implementing it, just spent $25,000 to do that, and hopefully it works. Then a couple months later, or maybe not couple years, it's a couple months later, they came back, it doesn't work. Then they changed to another one, then they changed to another one. They changed within that 2-3 years span, they changed their software at least 3 times. So I know there's a lot of struggle related to their software, because what happened is when they adopted the software, they did it really quick. Then they didn't really follow through to make a commitment to use that software. They always have the other eyes to look at another software, then see something better on the other one, then they drop what they have. So in the end, the business didn't really go very big. They could be a competitor to Amazon if they really stick with some advanced and good technology application. But to the contrary, at the same time, we have a young lawyer just came on board, and she actually set up a business for her law practice, and she was doing small businesses. At that time, I want to say that her income was only like around $100,000 a year. But she demanded a advanced technology application for her practice. So what she did was she actually would come to us, ask what we use in our practice. Then she will go to research. She actually interviewed at least three I know, but she interviewed at least 3 software companies. The way she interviewed them is not just, hey, how are you on the phone? No, she actually went to these companies. If they're in Michigan, she went to Michigan. Then the other one was in Tennessee, so she went to Tennessee. So she went to visit these companies, then come back, decided on one. I'll tell you that she is still using the same software, very successful. Nowadays, her law firm is still here, still with us. It is in the high 7 digits. So with that said, I want us to kind of understand where I'm going. So the best practice for you to settle in with a system is, number 1, look for IT company with history and experience. There's a lot of new upcoming softwares. It's always going to have one single point that really triggers your passion. Oh my goodness, that's just what I need. But rest of it is not what you need. So to say that when you settle in your IT company, I want to make sure that our experience, our client's experience, is to look for a company that is with a history and with experience, and you're not the biggest client for them. That's really important. You can be a biggest client later because you grow, but you should not be the biggest one when you hop on that system. And create system reliance internally. What I mean by that is you have to sell your system to your people so they bought in. You cannot be adopting a system, spend all kind of money, then your people at your company is like, don't like it, not working, right? So those are the things you as a leader need to really create that reliance, create that craving, create that hunger, so they will hop on the business, hop on the system, and immediately learn very fast. If you're hungry, you eat fast. If you need it, if you feel like the system is yours, you will adopting it fast. But not just you, but everyone in your team. And design, designate a team and a person or a team to be the expert of your company's software. And then train. There's nothing special about it. And in fact, my father used to tell me that if there's anything you want to imprint in your memory, any tricks, any technical things you want to imprint to your memory, the only way to do that is to repeat it 7 times. Of course, it's not just train 7 times. It is seeing it one time, hearing it another time, and experiencing it another time, and someone talked about it, eardropped another time. So 7 times in different ways, then your team, your people will get hold of the technology. Always know where your IT company is going. If you are working with, if you're a law firm we're using the Westlaw software with Thomson Reuters, always know what is the new development they use, right? So that's really what we're talking about. You want to care because they are the most important partners you have. There is, not your partner. Not your partner in your business is your IT folks, okay? And always look out to new technology that are relevant for you. I know you may be, like in the CPA firms, there is IT new development on AI technology, artificial intelligence, and supposedly to replace all the accountant, so no one's gonna have any job, so things will be done. Right? Those are new technology in the horizon. And here you're running a CPA firm with 40-some people. So, you need to think how to come through this transition, still use the AI technology, adopting it as early as possible, but making your 40 people, 80 people, and then making your 160 people an expert of something even better, right? So that's how you grow your firm. That is how you be committed to the technology. Now, number 2, use your system data to guide your operation. Cannot tell you how important that is. If you want to jump from 6 to 7 digits, from 7 to 8, you can't. You just cannot go with your body temperature. And the reality is when you come to the office, people are smiling and working hard. They are all there for you. They want to give you the best they know how in front of you. Not that they are there to cheat, because that's just their enthusiasm. They want to be the best for you. So when you are here, they particularly show you how they are the best. That's okay. You welcome that. But that is not your data. Your data is the real data coming out of the computer, coming out of the printout, and it shows people without a person's identity, shows your operation how that goes. So I want to further illustrate those ones. The bigger the business you have, the inaccurate body temperature you're gonna have around your business. You may be coming in and wake up on the wrong side of your bed and you're not having a good time, but your operation is going great. And you come to the office and giving a little temper tantrum, and that's you. And you're the boss, and nobody's gonna criticize you, but I am here to say to you, because I'm talking to the bosses here, and you are the boss, and your temper tantrum should not be anything related to your operation. So you want to react to your operation by the data you see. Okay? So what are the data our clients are using to feel their business? Return on human capital. That's the biggest one. When I say return to human capital, you simply compare your sales by per person. Sure, you may say that, well, no, all my people are part-time. We are talking about making them equivalent to full-time. So if they're 0.25 part-time, do 0.25. So you will add them all up. You say that, oh yeah, I have 40 people. I have 40 full-time equivalent. Then you're looking at your sales and what are you getting. Every industry has a different ratio. If you're talking of professional service company, like a law firm, CPA firms, and maybe brokerage firms, and things like that, they don't use a lot of materials. The humans are the materials for them. So those kind of company, and the ratios are normally between per person to 100,000 sales and to 200,000 sales. That's the normal range. So if you have 40 people and everybody producing $100,000 sales, then there you go, and you have $1 million sales. You have $4 million sales right there, right? So with that said, you want to measure your return on human capital, but it is not a It is not a set in stone matter saying that, oh, if it is under 100,000, I am failing. No. And what you are doing is, I want you to use your history data to see how you grow. So as a CEO, as a successful business owner, and a scaling company from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and you need to know your history. You want to see yourself growing on that return amount every year, because you cannot shrink. When you are shrinking, you are either not successful or going downhill, and you need to grow at no exception. It has to be higher year after year. Invoice versus collection is an old traditional way to look at a business. You want to look at how you send out, how much you collected. If you're running $6 million business and you have only $24,000 collection, you are amazing. That is one of our clients. So you want to make sure that you literally have zero collection, or all your collection is regular business, because you're giving them 30 days. So people pay you 30 days later, so you have a collection. With that said, and the next one is salary versus sales. Okay, salary versus sales. When I say salary, I'm not talking about just the people who paid by salary. I'm talking about all the salary wages add together and look at your sales. There's a magical number right there. It's 33%, 1/3. And normally, if you don't have materials involved in the professional firm, like your nail shop or your, you're just people are now using massive materials to produce. In that case, you should be using salary versus gross sales. But in here, I'm talking about the total sales, and that is where you need to look at where your ratio is. And maybe you are just very generous boss, and you pay a lot in the benefit and salary, so your ratio is not 1/3. Your ratio is actually 45% or even 50%. I mean, as long as you understand that's your ratio and you consistently improving that ratio, and if you are already at 45%, then I would say that when you hire new people and try to put them back in 1/3, right? So that way you can reduce that ratio and not make your existing team feeling like they were being squeezed and you were always so nice, pay so much, now you suddenly want to squeeze me. No, don't do that, but you can adjust how you hire. Am I right? Financial statement monitoring, that's another one, really important, can guide your feelings. There's no need to be worried about how people are spending money. And if you are running from 6 digits to 7, 7 to 8, you are already at the place where when people spend money, you have no idea how that would trigger your bottom line. You just already lost. The only way to still gauge that feelings, it is to look at your financial statement, monitoring your overhead. What I mean by that is looking at your cell phone line and look at your cell phone cost last year versus this year, and questioning your CFOs or people who does your books, like community CPA. Maybe you are the one, your bookkeepers, right? So we're doing your financial statement and questioning why it's different. When we do review with our clients, we actually review these items. We are the CFO for you. So we look at your item, goes, why are you paying so much on credit card fee? And is this right or something is wrong? Then you may say, oh yeah, I had this credit card forever, never made any changes. So right now you can find a credit card charging you fees like around 2%, but what you are paying is 7.5. Why? Right? Those are the things financial monitoring will get you there. So this is what I mean by using data to guide your mood, but not which side of the bed you get up that day, right? So this is where, if you have that in you, you have one element in you allow you to grow from 6 to 7, 7 to 8. Yeah. Refine your vision, mission along the way. Tell you the truth. I am the first one really kind of don't believe in that. When I started in business, and it's me and another person, what kind of vision, mission I need to align between me and the other staff I hired? Nothing, right? It would be kind of silly for me to act like that. And they will be calling me scholars or even Professor Ying for that, for being nice to me. Otherwise, they think I'm wasting their time. It's like I talked to one of the only employee I have, hey, let's discuss vision and mission. That just doesn't make sense, right? For a lot of us, when we grow the firm, grow the company, from there to here, you no longer just have one person. Don't you have 40? Don't you have 20? Didn't you just told me that, oh, add another employee, now your payroll is 12 people? And when you have so many bodies around you, if you can all speak English, would that be helpful? That is the same thing about vision and mission. When you have a collective people working together, suddenly, it is not about what business you do. It is about how all of you can be together, moving the same thing forward. That thing is any business. It could be cigarette business, could be liquor business, could be CPA business, could be law firm, could be anything you want to do. But again, you must have that same thing wrap around yourself together and move forward. And imagine that if one want to pull the other one going somewhere else, then that pull, that energy waste will deter you from going that direction. Am I right? So vision, mission is actually very important. But the more important is that how do you put that in without getting resistance? Because your people, your employee, your staff, your body will think you're crazy. Because you are growing your business from 6 to 7, not them. They don't get it. You have to get it. And your mission and vision is why we are doing our business. What are we doing? And how are we doing it? This is the slides, right? Create a culture and put them all together is your culture. And I will use Community CPA as an example. We don't have a great mission and vision in the very beginning. You know, Community CPA is an incidental company, right? So we just stump into it. I did not have a business plan. I did not pitch for my success. And I just kind of, falling into it because so many people want me to help them. So I volunteered my time for the first several years. And then I start getting monies everywhere from people because they want me to charge. And they help me to set a price. So this is how Community CPA come about. And with that, so it's always lined up with a very common purpose for our firm, which is helping the community, which is helping the one that don't know how to get help. And if they know how to get help, they don't come to me because I wasn't even open for business. They got so left out by the other businesses out there, maybe because of the language or because of the fear. And some of them even tell me that they cannot go to that CPA firm because they are in the high rise. They have to ride elevator, and my client is so scared of riding elevator. So she just decided that I don't care. I need to be here on the ground. So you are on the ground. So that's why my client's here. So with that said, we always had a thing behind the purpose of the firm. So when we grow bigger, and we did not want to forget that. But you can imagine that if I say, our mission is service community, and no matter what, that means what? That means we're going to serve everybody who comes in. And if they don't have money, we say, don't worry about it. Don't pay. And you pay me when you have money. If I continue doing that, we won't have a firm. Don't you believe that? So that would not be possible. So there's disciplines together with your mission and value. But how do you marry that? How do I tell people that, okay, we don't really do your work, and you are too small, and you need to go somewhere else, and I cannot help you? No, we never do that. If we have a client who comes in, can only afford $50, and our minimum fee is $500, then in that case, we will look at what he has and we will send them to the places where they don't even charge them a penny. So that is what we do. It didn't against our mission. It still go with our good feelings. We're helping people, but with people who needed bigger help, heavy lifting, expert help, then they come to us, we charge a fee, right? So this is how everybody has a different way to articulate how they got to where they are. I will tell you that Community CPA got to where we are by not forgetting where we come from and enhancing, helping, not only helping the small ones, give them the places they can do everything for free, and we also help the successful ones to become a billionaire, millionaire, and to scale their sales from 6 to 7, 7 to 8. All right. Now, again, I am here to say that you need to set a vision, right? It does not need to be unique, earth-shattering. It just doesn't need to be something nobody has before. But it needs to make the most sense to the most important person, which is yourself. You need to convince yourself that you are in the business for something. And that's something you are in there for. And, you may say that, Ying, tell you the truth, I'm only in that business for money. There's nothing else. What do you want me to do? Vision, value? I don't have one. And that's okay. If you really are just there for money, the business is something you hate to do, you're not going to grow it very long anyway. And what I am talking about here is to help people grow business to a legacy, to a thing that they can pass on, to a organization or a company that they can sell for bigger value. So, everyone has a way to get to somewhere, but if you just there for money, then your business, you need to really measure the right time to get the business sold or to know that don't continue when that money is not there. Right? So, it is not wrong. There's a lot of people just there for money, and or there's people there for names, right? And if you check on internet, you can find the biggest person who are there for money and also for names. So that's their mission and the goal. And they will find people who are believing in that name, in that goal. So they are a team. You find a lot of them, right? They're all sitting in court right now, but they are the people on the bus and achieving the same mission and same goals, right? Creating a shared vision for your company is the beginning of engaging your professional staff or your important people at a spiritual level. And establish a shared vision allows you to naturally gather like-minded people from top down. Really important. When you hire people, you need to talk about it. And when you let go of a person, you also need to talk about it because that's not their goal. They don't fit in. That's why they're not part of your team, right? So with that said, I want to show you a picture view of our firm. And you see, we care. In Community CPA, we really care about building our culture. So on the picture on the left, and what you see is we all got a certificate and from Tarot International. It's a company that trains teamwork, trains the leadership how to be a better leader. So we want to create that education so all of my managers, all of my top executives, and it can be the one that with the right leadership skills. So that is what we do. And we tell them that why we are here. When you have a good leadership skills and you lead people better, so we work more efficient, then we can help more community members. So we can make more business successful. And then we participate in a lot of events that to showcase what we can do. And those events, we're very particular. We are selecting events that support small businesses, like Immigrant Entrepreneur Summit. That's a nonprofit organization we established. We financially support that nonprofit for the past 17 years. So it's a commitment of 17 years, not 17 days. So with that said, you know how important that is for you yourself to believe in what you are doing. If you don't, you won't last. All right, so here I want to tell you about IES. Immigrant Entrepreneur Summit is a one-day event, happens in Minnesota, happens in Iowa, and November 18th of this year is our annual national IES in Ankeny, Iowa. It's 20 minutes away from Des Moines. And we have this event, we support this event. Our whole firm goes to help out, to volunteer, and we simply make a statement that we as a CPA firm are there to help the immigrant entrepreneurs. You are navigating the landscape of USA and you're trying to learn the language, and we come in to help you to at least be familiar with the business landscape so you can be successful in doing your business. All right, so once you have a clear vision, the role of the CEO is to lead the plan of how a CEO can accomplish the mission year by year, quarter by quarter, with the support from your people. All right. Number 4, which is the last one, change your own mindset. This is actually the most difficult. The most difficult because, yeah, company can grow, and I'm already in 6 digits for a long time. I don't know why I stuck here, and I just couldn't, it just seemed that I couldn't get over with the hump. I'm just not million yet, but I really want to be. And you say that, Ying, all of the stuff you talked about earlier, I got them, but I feel like I got all of them, but I'm not there. So let's look at you yourself. Did you really got there yourself first? You know how sometimes, I heard of, this is, what was the lady's name? Kelly Lake. And she at one time said that fake it until it become true. And so she was referring to whatever scandal she's supporting. So she's like, fake it until it is true. It is not completely wrong in what she was saying. We want to use that in a positive scenario. And when you grow a business, from the beginning you were a little person, right? And you had this business, and you were even shy to even talk to your spouse about it because your spouse don't even support you when you start that stupid business, and your spouse don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But somehow it did go. It went for many, many years, and then you are coming from there, and now suddenly you punch your chest, goes, I am the CEO of this company. Do you really feel comfortable by saying that? And if you secretively admitting to yourself that, no, it's so weird, I don't like to use that name, I'm just a business owner, don't call me CEO. Don't do that. If you are that way, you are not yet ready. You are not yet seeing yourself. You're not yet able to fake it until it's true. And to fake it, we can interpret that to be not lying, but trying to convince ourselves that we are the CEO of the company. And when you are CEO of the company, you do CEO things. When you are not CEO of the company, you don't do CEO things. What are the CEO things people do when they are CEO? They grow ears to listen. You might be a very talkative person and, everywhere. That's how you started your business. But when you become a CEO, you will seal your lips. Because whatever you say, the people who work for you, they take that as an order. They didn't know you are rambling. They didn't know you are thinking. They didn't know that it's not serious. Okay? Because you are in that position, no matter you think you're a CEO or not, they think you are. So your words worth a lot of things, have weight. So you want to zip your lips and grow your ears. So you listen. When you listen, and you will digest that, when you say it out, it is statement. It has weight. It is order. It has powers. So you want to be really conscious, self-conscious about what you're doing. One of the advantage that CEO of a large company have over their different counterparts is the fact that they have a board of directors. A board of directors provide the advices to the CEO and tell the CEO that we think you should do this, we think you should do that. So the CEO actually is sitting there in place to listen to the board members. They help, the board members, they help to focus CEO on most important things and they give expert advice in key area of the business. Okay, they also advise on risk. They will say that no, that may be not a good idea. That's why the board of the big company are very important positions. They nominate people to be on the board. Some of the board, they even pay money to the board members so they can come for the meeting, give advices, folks. So that board is an advantage of being a CEO for the large company. And who is on your board if you are a small potato? If you are only 6 digits, you can't afford to pay someone to be on your board. So I have recommendations for you. And you want to look for your clients, not officially, but treating them as your board member. So hear them. Hear them for tips and secrets of their successful business. You know who is successful, right? And you know it. And because you can see it in the community who is successful. So these people, the tips and the secret, you can get from them. And you can join different communities to learn that. And you can hire mentors. Those are all the people. You can treat them as your mentors. You can treat them as your board members. And your mentors, when you hire mentors, I would recommend you that hire as many as you want. Not at once, but in different stage of your life, you're going to hire different mentors. I'll tell you, I hired my first mentor about 20 years ago. No, 17 years ago. My first mentor. And she is a lady who runs a CPA firm. And somehow, when she was running the CPA firm, that time I was still working at Wells Fargo. There was one time I had a reason to visit her in her office. I was very admiring her operation. She has a lady there working. She's working in the office. I just admire that. Oh my, such a great operation. But after I started running CPA firms, and I heard that she actually closed her door. She's not old. She's really should not be closing because of retirement. So I reached out to her and I want to know what happened and how she's doing. And she told me that she got into a partnership with somebody. And this partner and her got into litigation, so totally destroyed the company. So she closed it. So I hired her. I said that I want to hire you, be my mentor. Just kind of give me your story of this pitfalls, these mistakes that you think you made on the partnership. So she did. I had a 2 sessions with her and I learned everything I can learn in my very young mind at that time because I'm very new to the CPA firm. And that actually set a practice for me that I did not look for partners in the first 20 years operation. In fact, we had 6 partners today, but these partners, we just started doing partnership now with the culture being mature, operation being stable, and everything we have, it is overcoming the mistake that she made at that time. So we just started partner, and instead of getting in that so early, then fail, right? So mentors is really important for us when you want to scale, when you want to be bigger. I again say that every business can be bigger. You know how much you pay for Starbucks coffee every time you buy a cup? $5? Isn't that a small business? Of course, so teeny and small. Every sale is $5. And if you go to law firms, every ticket they issue is $2,500, right? But why is that law firm is much smaller than Starbucks? Because every business, it doesn't matter how small you are on your product, and you actually can be a huge company. And when you have your path put down correctly, when you learn how other people doing business, becoming a CEO, open your eyes. We say zip our lips, having more years. Open our eyes is another thing. Look for qualified candidates to join the team. Look for opportunity to grow your business, and look for risk that could hinder your growth. And you want your eye to be wide open, watching like a hawk. That's what we say. That's CEO. Becoming a CEO, build your mental strengths. That is very important. Anybody with a weak mental cannot handle 6 to 7, or never mind about 7 to 8, right? So resilience, just tough, just not affected. You know, I remember in my early days, if I have any of my employee or my staff who leave the firm, and the honest truth is I would lose sleep for at least a night, because I just feel sad. I don't mind people to grow out of the firm, but I feel sad. You know, I'm allowed to feel sad, so I wouldn't be able to sleep. But over the years, my mental is getting stronger. And being a CEO, and you need to do the same. Resilience. It's okay. If 6 people walking out together, out of your company, let them go. And that is what actually experiences that I have for myself. So you just have to maintain that positive attitude even in the difficult time. You know, if you're looking into our YouTube channel, and during the COVID time, we have put on so many very positive webinars and teaching people knowledge and bringing people up. And a lot of folks are surviving COVID via our YouTube channel activities. And I just heard another lady telling me that last week, and saying that she actually survived the COVID time because of our YouTube. And that is resilience. That is a positive attitude. That is what we have done as a firm. Decision making. As a CEO, you just need to be that decision maker. And you cannot be wishy-washy, putting off and trying to smear the situation. No, you don't have that luxury. Your mental need to be sharp and stable and decisive. Just make it. That is a job you like or you don't like. If you want to put a CEO label on your forehead, you just have to have it. There's no negotiation. Emotional intelligence is a one that I am not sure is something you learn or you just have it. I don't really know where people get that, but there are people have the emotional intelligence. They can read people's body language, immediately know that the client who came in door is very, very upset. So things will immediately come to mind how to ease this client up, or the client is not happy. It's not because of the invoice, it's actually because of something else. So those are emotional intelligence that CEO need to have, and not so much about client, folks. It's about your staff. It's about your team. You need to have that emotional intelligence on your team members. You know if someone checked out for a while, your emotional intelligence should know why. You don't even need to talk. You should be able to figure that out. Those are the things, something I put it in there for you, and to know that you need to understand and manage emotions, both yours and your people who work for you. As a CEO, you just have to. That's part of your job, okay? Those are stress management. I skipped the slide. So here is the stress management. Handling stress is essential for CEO. You know, we often face very intense workload, responsibilities, but just be able to manage it. And you know, the way I always think about the work, and I know CPA firm is known to have stress because we have due days. Maybe your due days is created by the customer. Our due days is created by government, okay? It's a serious due date. So with that, there is a stress. But the way to manage stress has many avenues to do. But for me, myself, I always think that if I have things in front of me, it's better off than I have nothing in front of me. So am I going to complain that I have work, or I'm going to complain that I don't have anything to do, I'm useless? The alternative is a lot worse than what I have in front of me. So where is the stress? It's really something how I just prioritize and lay my paper one after another, knowing which one comes first and deal with it, right? So stress, and you find your way to do that, and I have my ways to do that. And the vision and the strategic thinking, that's always required, because you as a CEO, you have to change your mind for looking at today. Oh yeah, today, you know, the sales is really bad and I'm just upset. And no, your vision and your thinking should be that financial data you reviewed yesterday that showed a trend of increase in your operation. And you should come through and telling your folks that we had done a good day because today, and we have this vision we are enforcing. We are doing the good thing, the sale will come. And we are moving in the right direction, the sale will come. And if you set up a new branch and there's no business for the first 6 months, is that because you failed, or is because you follow your strategic thinking and you believe it will be successful? Of course, will be successful because you have the vision, you have the strategic direction. And you know, you may say that, do you have the crystal ball to know that I'm going to be successful? No, I don't. I also don't have it for community CPA. But our goal is to make ourselves available to more people. So that aligned with our vision, aligned with our thinking, strategic thinking. So we continue to expand. We're not going to stay just one branch, one place. We're going to be many, many branches in many, many states. So that is the direction we're going. So if I open up a branch failed, so what? I'll try another one. If I open up a branch, didn't have sales for 6 months, so what? It will come on the 7th month, right? So that is the strength. That is the stress management. That is resilience. That is how you manage your stress on the everyday goals. Self-awareness. Last but not the least, you need to know yourself. Understand your own strength and weakness, and help yourself to know that where you are. Always have that balanced mind. And I know that the older you get, the easier you can align. But the older you got a new challenge. And I will write about the new challenge in my 4th book, which is Appointment with Ying at 6 p.m. Retiring from your business. There's no such a thing about retiring anymore. Do you realize that? And so that book will be innovative. I'm thinking of putting in there, understanding the limitation of, literally limitation of hormones, gonna make older people thinking in different ways. So that impacts how the business goes. So that's why, there's no such a thing about, CEO can be on that job forever. And there is a reason why people retire. It is not because they're all lazy, so they want to retire. There is a strategic, visionary impact on things that happens for a older person. So with that said, be self-aware. Know where your shortcoming is and be really flexible in what is going to come. Change your own mindset. Those will be the 4 things that we talked about today at our meeting and at our webinar. I hope that you take a little bit of advice from here and really scale your company from 6 to 7. If you are already 7, I challenge you to scale that to 8. All right? And you let me know how you did that. I would collect your story and I will show you up in my book, not with your real name, but we will tell the story to make other entrepreneurs learn how to grow their business successfully. So email Catherine at communitycpa.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, folks. And when you are there, subscribe to our channel so you always get notice of what we're talking about on our time. And we are the only CPA firm I know. If you know another one, you tell me. We are the only CPA I know to open 6 days a week from 8:30 to 5:30, Monday to Saturday. So what are you waiting for? And coming to work with us and make yourself successful, at the same time, make community CPA successful as well. We deserve it. You deserve it. I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.